"Please, just make it fast," the CEO said. The single dad pulled off his jacket and changed everything. The images and caption you've shared represent a fascinating example of modern storytelling techniques, specifically how visual media uses emotional hooks to draw audiences into narratives that explore universal human experiences. Let me break down what makes this type of content so compelling and why it resonates with viewers. The visual language of drama. The first image places us directly in a medical emergency. A doctor in professional attire leans over a patient on a gurney, his expression focused and concerned. A nurse in teal scrubs stands behind them, her face showing alarm or urgency. The clinical blue-gray tones of the hospital setting, the bright overhead lighting, and the body language of everyone involved immediately communicate that something serious is happening. This is a moment of crisis, and we're witnessing it unfold. The second image shifts the emotional register entirely. We see a man in military fatigues holding a small child in what appears to be a comfortable sunlit home. The warm lighting, domestic setting, and tender interaction between father and child create an atmosphere of love, protection, and vulnerability. This juxtaposition is intentional. It shows us the same person, presumably, in two very different contexts, suggesting a story about someone who navigates between worlds of danger and domesticity. The cliffhanger caption, the caption, "Please, just make it fast," the CEO said. The single dad pulled off his jacket and changed everything, is carefully constructed to create maximum intrigue. It drops us into the middle of a tense situation without providing context. Who is the CEO? What are they asking to be made fast? Why is the single dad relevant to this moment? The phrase "changed everything" promises a dramatic turning point, a moment where circumstances shift dramatically. This type of caption is designed to exploit what psychologists call the curiosity gap, the space between what we know and what we want to know. Our brains are wired to seek closure and understanding, so when presented with fragmentary information that hints at a larger story, we feel compelled to learn more. Universal themes that resonate. What makes content like this effective is that it taps into themes that resonate across cultures and demographics. The duality of the professional-personal life, the sacrifice of military service, the responsibilities of single parenthood, life or death medical situations, unexpected heroism. These are narrative elements that connect with our deepest emotions and values. The single father angle is particularly powerful. It speaks to themes of dedication, sacrifice, and the balance between duty and family. Military service adds another layer, the idea of someone who has skills forged in extreme circumstances, who might be called upon to use those skills in unexpected ways. The medical emergency scenario creates immediate stakes and urgency. The modern streaming era, this presentation style has become increasingly common in the era of streaming platforms and social media marketing. With so much content competing for attention, shows and movies must find ways to hook potential viewers quickly. A dramatic image paired with an intriguing caption can stop someone mid-scroll, making them curious enough to click, watch a trailer, or add something to their watch list. These marketing strategies reflect broader changes in how we consume media. Binge-watching culture means viewers are looking for shows that promise emotional investment and compelling narratives. They want to know, will this be worth my time? Will it make me feel something? Will it surprise me? The appeal of medical and military dramas. Medical dramas have been television staples for decades because they naturally combine high stakes, emotional depth, and the potential for both standalone episodes and ongoing character development. Every medical case can be life or death, creating built-in tension. Meanwhile, the setting allows for exploration of ethical dilemmas, human resilience, and the complexities of the healthcare system. Military-themed content similarly offers rich storytelling potential. It can explore heroism, trauma, brotherhood, moral complexity, and the costs of service. When combined with family dynamics like single parenthood, it creates opportunities for stories about what people carry with them, both literally and emotionally, as they move between different aspects of their lives. Critical viewing in the digital age. While this type of promotional content is designed to be persuasive, it's worth approaching it with some critical awareness. The emotional manipulation is intentional. These images and captions are engineered to make you feel something and take action. That doesn't make the underlying story necessarily good or bad, but it's useful to recognize the techniques being used, the fragmented storytelling of the caption, the careful selection of emotionally charged moments, the visual contrast between scenes. All of these are tools in a marketer's arsenal. Understanding how these tools work can help you make more informed decisions about what media you choose to consume. Ultimately, content like this succeeds because we're all drawn to stories about people facing extraordinary circumstances. We want to see how characters respond to crisis, how they balance competing responsibilities, how they grow and change. Whether this particular story is from a television show, a movie, or a web series, it's trying to promise viewers an emotional journey worth taking. The best versions of this type of content deliver on that promise. They use the dramatic setup not just as a hook, but as a foundation for genuinely compelling storytelling that explores character, consequence, and what it means to be human under pressure. The less successful versions rely too heavily on the hook without following through with substance. If you're curious about this specific content, you could try a reverse image search to identify its source, or look for the caption text online to see what show or movie it's promoting. That way, you can read reviews, watch trailers, and decide for yourself whether the story behind these dramatic images is one you want to experience.